All right, it is Tuesday night in Tooney Town, and that can only mean one thing. It is time for Japan's favorite pro wrestling live stream podcast. It is time for Tooney Talk Wrestling. Folks, my name is Marvin, and I am the Movie Monster, and I am thrilled to welcome you guys back to another week of nonstop wrestling action. We've got a lot to talk about tonight, guys. We had the son of an MMA fighter attempt to delete a human being in the center of a ring, and it's everyone's fault. So we're going to talk about that. We are going to talk about Jake Hager, proving, I guess, that he didn't sign no NDA because he has blasted Tony Khan and, brought FTR into the conversation. So, it is a lot of stuff going on today. Of course, Dave has said some stupid things. Mercedes said a really stupid thing. Man, there is so much to talk about today, but I can't do it alone, guys. I need the best team the pro wrestling world can ever assemble. I need the TTWWO. Okay, let's play.
Ha 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 ha, brother.
Oh my goodness! That was a really painful pun that I tried to make.
You did, and it hurt so much, brother. It hurt so much. It was good. Ha 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 ha.
Oh my goodness, Kevin Apollo, it is good to see you. We're gonna get a lot of great insight from you tonight, I believe. While you are preparing to go on the air for Late Night with Lauren and Apollo later on tonight, which I will be joining you for that as well over there on the WWE Pro channel. But I'm excited to hear your thoughts on a lot of the wrestling goings-on of the week.
Fucking wrestling.
I know, right? Right. Awful wrestling, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, indeed. Hey, listen, I think you should really monetize the pre-show to this show.
How do you monetize the pre-show to the show? Oh, just us in the back, like, talking?
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot to talk about tonight. Exciting times ahead for this show.
Whole lot going on.
Yeah.
Whole lot going on. But of course, guys, before we get into what's going on in the world of wrestling, we want to hear from you. This is a show made for you and financed by you, and we counting your generous super chats to keep the lights on around here. We do take breaks in between each of our stories to read your super chats aloud, and we do take breaks for super chats of $50 or more. So, without any further ado, let's see what you guys want to say. For $20, not Zack Ryder checking in saying, "Sup? Tooney Talk Wrestling community enjoyed listening to the Forbidden Door watch party replay." Oh, well, at least somebody who did. Dis and Marv, do you guys believe post 2026 Daddy's Little Billionaire will just stream Dynamite on YouTube? I can't imagine we'll ever get to the point where they're just streaming on YouTube. After all, Impact has been on TV for all these years, even during the dark times. So I can't imagine that's going to happen. No, but the Forbidden Door, I gotta say, Forbidden Door was not the worst AEW pay-per-view I've ever watched. There was actually one or two matches that I enjoyed. But I mean, that horrific cage match was just, the absolute worst. Tony Storm is terrible. Mercedes Moné is god-awful. Hangman Page is just absolutely ridiculously stupid. My favorite thing about these shows is watching Lashley and Shelton and MVP roll their eyes through their matches. Watch MVP looking at his watch usually. But we did not have to do the press scrum, which thank goodness, because apparently it took Tony even longer than normal to get the press scrum started this month because, he had to go around and get all his adulation from the crowd. Regina Sharp checking in for $5 and says, Glum Gold 316 says, "I defeated Scrooge McDuck.
I defeated Scrooge McDuck. We were on the same team. Glum Gold, Glum Gold, Glum Gold, Glum Gold."
I love that little bagpipe riff that happens in the clip. Just, so good. Blazing Bolts for $5 says Marv's next shirt should be Chicks Dig Muppets with a Muppet version of Scott Steiner in the back. Oh, gosh. I don't know if they make enough fabric to make a Muppet version of Scott Steiner. And Blazing Bolts for $2 says, who's ready for NFL season? Hashtag Bolt Up.
Go Eagles. EGLESCS. Eagles.
What?
Kev got it.
You and Cumia for $1.99 says Jake made Tony fear for his life. Well, he very well might have. Guys, so we will take breaks for more of those super chats as they come in, and this, by the way, might be here a little later. We're not sure, so stay tuned. We'll see if he's able to make it. But moving ahead, guys, the first thing I want to talk about tonight is Jake Hager. So Jake Hager just did an interview, I believe, on a podcast, and let's take a look at what he had to say.
Find a way to say this every day, so I think everyone should.
Can I just point out that my favorite Jake, like, he has never been better than while I was adding the clips to the backstage area before the show, I was literally playing that theme music while I did it, while I was making the thumbnail, I was playing the for the people or we the people. I loved that character.
To say fuck Tony Khan. I could tell that he didn't want me there. He offered me like a year and a half. I was like, bro, I just did Stadium Stampede twice.
Okay. The most surprising thing that I find, let's hear that statement one more time because I interrupted it.
Anyways, I always find a way to say this every day, so I think everyone should too. Say fuck Tony Khan. I could tell that he didn't want me there. He offered me like a year and a half. I was like, bro, I just did Stadium Stampede.
Okay. Yes, I disagree. Tony should not have offered him a year and a half. He should not have offered him anything. This guy was a glorified mannequin for how many freaking years, just soaking up a paycheck, adding nothing of value to any of these shows. Like, a year and a half more of this guy's money, you should have taken that.
I'm currently editing video of the second Dynamite, and I gotta disagree with you. When he shows up, the crowd goes absolutely bonkers, and it's incumbent upon Tony Khan to take advantage of that shit.
Well, anybody didn't.
Jake Hager's over levels was for Tony Khan to ruin. Because even with Dan Lambert, he still kind of stayed over. They just never did anything with him. like Wardlow, like Hobbs.
Yeah.
Like anybody who has any kind of ability. This is just Tony just blew it.
And over 6'4". Yeah,
over 6'4", phenomenal amateur wrestler, MMA credentials, and you blew it.
AW Nick said they went bonkers for anybody back then. I agree. By the way,
that is true.
Shout out to AEW Neckbeards out there, mod extraordinaire, keeping you guys company out there in the chat. He rules that chat with an iron fist, guys. So what he says goes.
May I also say, is it because that Tony Khan doesn't like Jake Hager because he kind of looks like Biff from Back to the Future?
Well, I'm sure someone like Jake Hager flushed Tony's head down the toilet a couple of times.
Yeah, he has that bully look.
It really does. Hey, butthead. Hey, Khan, thought I told you never to come in here again.
Yeah.
We got to take a quick break because Regina Sharp for $50 says, remember, Marv, AEW is where equity goes to die. I mean, you're not wrong.
Shout out Eric Bischoff.
I said it first.
Shout out Kevin Apollo.
Shout out Kevin Apollo, followed by Eric Bischoff.
Right.
Oh, my goodness. Well, thank you very much, Regina Sharp.
At the Red House, where black people and white people buy furniture.
And Hispanic people, too.
Boom.
But let's hear what Jake Hager had to say.
Stadium Stampede twice. Don't act like Stadium Stampede didn't put AEW on the map.
Stadium Stampede was an abomination.
Yeah.
I was in the debut episode. I was the big spoiler, and you offered me 18 months after all that. So it was that and the way that he started.
So 18 months, I mean, that is the Tony Khan equivalent of trying to fire you, right?
Yeah, probably.
Like, because
he
always
though?
is trying to sign people for like 18 years. Like, that means he doesn't even want to be.
Yeah, but can you really blame Tony Khan though? You got it's Jack Swagger. What?
I honestly, the person who Jack Swagger, who I believe is the worst world champion in the history of WWE. Like, that was the one time where I was like, I cannot believe this human being is world champion.
It happened.
Move over, Jinder Mahal.
Oh,
no, I actually kind of like Jinder Mahal at times.
I like Jinder Mahal as champion. I thought he was a great champion.
Yeah, he was fine.
Okay, all right.
Old school heel.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Now, I can't think of anyone, because I mean, even the Great Khali was like intimidating and looked like he should be world champion. Like he was an
10 foot tall.
I can't think of anyone who's worse. Yeah, I can't think of anyone worse than Jack Swagger to hold the world title. Did he hold the world title when he was doing the We the People gimmick, or was it
No,
that wasn't it?
That was long after. That was his second resurgence. They probably could have done a little more with him, but at that point, it was just so far removed.
When Dutch was just like, "I'm gonna get this boy over no matter what."
Mm-hmm.
My favorite was when Zeb Coulter was in a match and Michael Cole was like, "Guys, and coming up next, Zeb Coulter's first wrestling match ever." I'm like, why don't we just put the camera on Michael Cole's face so that he can wink at the camera?
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, which is exactly what Michael Cole would do today.
Yeah.
Yes. What no
knee slap.
Michael Cole. I like to think that when Vince got sent to the Phantom Zone, just these energy handcuffs vanished off of Michael Cole.
Michael Cole like the genie at the end of Aladdin.
The Genosha collar from X-Men just unfastened from his neck. I'm free. Tell me to say something outrageous. Tell me to say medical center. Do it. Say medical center. No.
I don't get it, but I get it.
Yes, by the way, I am saying Jey Uso was a better world champion than Jack Swagger. I cannot think of a single WWE champion that was worse.
No, I listen. You are correct in that assessment. It was way too fast. He was only in the company for like 2 months. He wasn't anywhere near over enough. That includes even when he was on ECW. It was your standard Vince McMahon ramrodding someone down your throat and not understanding why he was going to get over. Austin Theory was within 2 weeks of becoming the next Jack Swagger.
Oh my goodness. Let's
running the business that it really, like, he wasn't a professional. Like, he wasn't after all the Punk shit.
Yeah, no crap. He wasn't a professional. He wasn't a professional. We're talking past tense. He's not a professional.
After all the Punk shit that went down, the boys got together and we had a meeting, and this was the boys only, no office. All right, and we're on like Sting's in there, Show, Jericho, Bryan, Mox. They're all standing at the front, kind of like talking us through this shit.
Big Show's like, I don't know why I'm here.
You have no idea. I got paid so much money just to sit here. That I just do things. To do things.
They didn't make me an enforcer or nothing.
Look, I heard that somebody punched somebody else in the face. I don't know who. I don't care.
I didn't go to London.
I won't get all paid. You know what I did? I walked in circles and got paid for it.
Watch this. He waves his hand. See, I just paid $100,000.
And low,
I got shown 3 magic beans. All right, that was low hanging fruit.
Like I count my checks.
I made him buy my Waterboy character and did nothing with it. He spent a lot of money on that.
A lot of footage on the cutting room floor.
Anyway, what are we doing here? He has no idea what the meeting's about.
They're all standing at the front, kind of like talking us through this shit. So Jericho, Bryan, Mox, they're all standing at the front, kind of like talking.
I thought he said Bucks, and I was like, wait, you said there's no office in there, but the EVPs were there? Okay, so it's not none of the EVPs were in there, it sounds like.
Us through this shit. And lo and behold, who comes into the room storming in? Daddy's Little Billionaire. And he's like yelling at us because I think it was Dax and Cash and Wheeler didn't want to come in. They didn't like the storyline, so they refused to come to TV that day. And he was like, listen, I'll put you in a 6-man 6 minutes before the show, and you're going to do it.
I call bullshit on this story.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, there's no way Tony Khan has ever done that. You're telling me Tony Khan walked into a room full of wrestlers who he's desperate to have be his friends and is like, I'm in charge of you, motherfucker. No, there's no way.
You don't think Tony Khan walked into a room and threw a passive-aggressive hissy fit?
Right.
Okay. Yeah,
he probably poked his head in and was just like, hey, guys, what's going on? And they were like, we're having a meeting. What about? Punking you out. Well, I mean, he didn't punk me out. And then he comes charging in there with his black tie and his fucking outfit. And he goes, yeah. 6 minutes. Just 6 minutes. Like, give me a break.
I mean, come on, guys. I mean, if I want to put you in a match on Wednesday night Dynamite, Wednesday night Dynamite, where we are, on Wednesday night Dynamite, maybe it could be 6 minutes. It could be 5 minutes, it could be 4 minutes, it could be 3 minutes, it could be 2 minutes, but it could be 6 man.
And it don't even matter. It'll be great.
And it's going to be great. You're just going to do what you got to do on Wednesday night Dynamite.
Come on, man. When it comes down to it, and you have billionaires talking like that, he will say that shit like, who's paying you? Like, it comes out. He's a spoiled bastard brat. Yeah. It would come out.
This isn't like Vince walking in.
Right.
This is passive aggressive bitch shit. Of course he did it.
Well, so
now, of course, I'm sorry, but can we also say that Jack Swagger apparently got the names wrong? During the Twitter exchange, Jack Swagger mistakenly. You got it. I'm not going to be dissed tonight.
Yeah, Dax. So Dax fired because Dax immediately had to. Someone mentioned say his name and he appears.
Tweet his name.
Yeah, tweet his name. Type his name. And he says, Cash and I were at an all-talent only meeting that was called by Bryan, Jericho, and Mox. Tony never interrupted. Cash and I have never refused to show up to work, and I dare say if you look at our schedule since Collision started, we're the most consistent talent that make both shows every week. I'm not really sure where all this is coming from, but it is mostly not true, and honestly, I believe him. And then he decided to do the old screen cap the text, I guess. And said, Jake Hager said to him, I apologize if you're upset. I said, I think it was you two. Didn't say it definitely was, but that meeting happened. Then he goes, I know, but to say I think and then actually say our names makes us look like assholes, and it wasn't even us. We're assholes who show up for work. And then he goes, I apologize. I shouldn't have said your names, especially when I didn't know for sure. And then Cash cuts it off right there before his next response because it was probably something cunty.
Yeah. This is what's known as covering your ass. That's all that they did was just like make sure our names aren't involved in this fucking thing.
I mean, I hate Jake Hager a little bit right now because he just made me defend Bald FTR.
You got to remember too, though. Of course, Bald FTR is going to poop his pants because this is what this Punk is gone. The moment Punk left the building is when all of a sudden he turned into We Love Tony. So,
yeah. He was Mr. Rah-Rah AEW.
We can't go back to the WWE, and we pissed off we pissed on and pissed off Hunter. So Tony's best thing up.
Right.
After they weren't at work for 3 months.
Well, I mean, did they piss off Hunter because they were supposed to go back, and then Vince did his resurgence, And so then they quickly re-signed with Tony for like 1 million years, and then Tripp defeated Vince, and he went away, and then they were just trapped in Tony Land. And I mean,
can we talk about the breaking news? Apparently, the AEW Network Beard sent us in the private chat.
I didn't see that. Hold on. Swagger is apparently calling out Dax Hardwood. Hold on, I'm going to.
Shout out AEW Neckbeards.
Yeah, thank you, Neckbeard. Good looking out. I'm going to pull that up right now. Let's see. Share screen. Jake Hager. All right. So,
while he's looking this up, I just want to say that this is the best goddamn podcast on the internet right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Awful. Where the hell is it? I just did the thing. Where is it?
StreamYard.
I know.
Oh, there it is. There it is. All right. So Jake Hager says the meeting happened. FTR was not there. They can't deny the story no matter how many text messages they post. Meanwhile, the story wasn't even about them.
True, but what's up? What the hell?
I think Neckbeards is Tremor.
So what was the exchange that he was having with Cash Wheeler then, privately?
Probably something involving firearms.
Yeah, dude, wrestlers are some skeevy motherfuckers. I will say that.
We're gonna talk more about that in a bit. But yes, so there you go, guys. Jake Hager, don't know how much of what he said is true. Look, I'd rather believe him than believe Bald FTR, but you know, because I mean, look, of the two, I feel like Bald FTR is probably the more likely to lie. But whatever.
We're kind of like, does it really matter?
Yeah. Not Tooney Khan for $4.99 says Swagger also couldn't get the Money in the Bank briefcase down. He was meant to cash in on Cena, who refused. I didn't know that.
Wow.
Cena refused to do that. I don't blame you, John.
Cool fun fact. That's
by the
awesome.
way, John Cena refused to put Jack Swagger over, but he agreed to be surrounded on all sides by swinging dick on Peacemaker. Just think about that. He would rather do that than lose to Jack Swagger. So anything John Cena has ever refused to do, just remember he'd rather be surrounded by swinging pipe than do that thing.
Hey, Marv, Crab, side quest question: how is season 2?
It's terrible. Yeah, it's absolutely terrible. It is one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. And I liked the first 2/3 of the first season. And to be fair, Cena does attempt to act in it. He's the only one
he's pretty good.
Attempting to actually. He's the only one. Somebody was like, they were trying to, like, I think Mercedes Moné just put herself over. I think she said she was like the second best wrestler turned actor after Batista.
Oh,
and I'm like, first of all,
that's a lie.
I was like, first of all, wrestler turned actor. You did one role in The Mandalorian, and you stood in the back like a potted plant the entire time. Secondly, John Cena is an infinitely better actor than Dave Batista.
John Cena in the first season of Peacemaker was able to turn into the Peacemaker, and I stopped seeing him as John Cena. That's rule number 1 when you become an actor. Like, make them forget who you are.
Everything I've ever seen The Rock in, I've been very aware that it's The Rock.
Yeah,
Drax was Batista. You know, it was just Batista. Yeah. It was just dope. It was just doofy Batista.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly think Cena is infinitely better than either of them. I think John Cena is a really good actor. I think
Batista's
John
awesome.
Cena. I don't think Batista's bad. I think Cena's better.
Better roles. Better roles.
But guys, am I alone in the fact that I cannot wait to go see this Rock Oscar bait MMA movie? Like, I cannot wait. It's going to be the hardest I've laughed in a movie theater since Superbad.
$10 says you'll enjoy it.
You think he's going to surprise me?
Yep.
I'm gonna walk away being like, "Wow, Dwayne really nailed it."
In the same way that Superman surprised me.
Okay.
On a good
Rex
way.
Gardner for 5. Is that euros? I think that's
Yes.
euros.
Lira?
Says Tony Khan's too busy
Go for
sniffing
euro.
Mercedes Monet's feet to ever hear Swagger's words.
America.
Well, Tony Khan is, very much, it depends on her creative control, guys, what he's doing. Not Tony Khan for $1.99 says I was yelling because no one gave me a freaking hug. Brandon Tyson for $5 says, in my view, Jake was a fighter who could have had say-so in AEW with Jericho. He didn't push buttons like a Lashley because Tony Khan is legitimately scared of Bobby Lashley. I hope that's true. I hope that Tony Khan is legitimately afraid that Bobby Lashley will put him through a wall.
I think a lot of people should be afraid of Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley is a U.S. Army Ranger. That means he stacked bodies that you need clearance to learn about.
I knew a guy who, when Lashley was training MMA, was one of his sparring partners, and he was just like, I have never in my life been manhandled the way that man manhandles me. So there you go. Regina Sharp for 5 says probably the Tates, since they were officially fired for that. For refusing to go somewhere? Yeah, refusing to show up at something. It might have been the Tates, honestly. Remember that awful?
Yes. Yes, I do. Andrew, and what's the other brother's name? It doesn't matter.
I don't know. Not Tooney Khan for $4.99 says, say his name and he appears. I believe in bald FTR because he cries on Twitter and his car. Well, you tried.
Yeah.
Gave it the old college try, not Tooney Khan. I appreciate it.
It was great, though.
Luke LT 5459 for $2 says, hi, Tooney Town. Hope you're having a great week. Hope you're having a great week as well, Luke.
His car shoots at
Indeed.
people from his car.
Yeah. That's why you got to workshop these things. It was going well. It was going well, and it just kind of cut off. And I was just like,
First draft vibes.
yeah,
That's it. Yes.
Maybe workshop it a bit before,
Beta test.
Right. The beta test. What are you talking about, bro? What are we on?
All right. So hold on one second. I'm just responding to the private chat. All right. So
You got
before
it.
we get into heavier stuff, so good guy Tony strikes again. This coming to us from IATSE, the union, who are apparently striking outside of AEW events. This week, IATSE Local 8 members are out in force to inform the public that all elite wrestling events in Philadelphia are failing to meet area standards by paying substandard wages and benefits. When employers undercut these standards, it threatens wages, benefits, and job opportunities for all entertainment workers in the community. We stand in solidarity with our Local 8 kin as they hold employers accountable and fight to protect the fair standards that entertainment workers deserve. What entertainment workers is he casting in these shows? Because usually it's just wrestlers. Like even the extras are just wrestlers.
Wow, what a great question, Marv. I think I've got the answer. Could it be for
the seat fillers?
Seat fillers? Yeah.
It might be.
Dude,
I bet you it's
wow.
seat fillers. I bet you anything.
Wow. Not lighting, not gaffers, not production sound guys.
Yeah,
Seat fillers.
IATSE is the International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees. So this isn't like them not paying the union. They're not paying the arena workers. Because I saw somebody was trying to say it was the arena workers. I'm like, no, that's not IATSE. Like,
that was my dumb
like
ass, Marv. I apologize to all my followers and friends.
No, it's the union. It's an entertainment union. So
yeah, wow.
It's got to be the seat fillers, right?
Yeah, it's got to be seat fillers.
Yeah.
Security guards are always workers.
Yeah, unless they're a crap ton of extras or something, and they don't do that.
Yeah, anyone taking a bump is usually a worker or a camera guy. So,
allegedly.
But I think that is a pretty standard thing.
Shout out Chris Dispenza.
Wait, hold on a second. So they're running this tiny little building in Philadelphia, and they're still using seat fillers?
I'm actually shocked by this. And see, I was workshopping a joke that had something to do with the Sopranos and Triple H. Like, yeah, shut them down over there. But I guess I can't do that now. Oh, fucking. But anyway. Yeah. All right, but yeah. Wow, that's crazy. That's a great point that you brought up, Marv. That the fact it can't be production workers and the like. It's got to be seat fillers. But this is Philadelphia. This is the home of hardcore wrestling. This is the home of anything but WWE kind of wrestling. You know, they still have that kind of vibe going on in that area. And for them to have this issue, wow, amazing.
I'll give Philly this, though.
We think they're charging them like, hey, here's a hot dog and fucking a seat.
Hot dog and a handshake?
Yeah.
Hey, can I get a brother?
Say you were here at the ECW arena.
Can I get a brother rate to fill this seat? Nah, but sorry.
Yeah.
House is white. Go have a hot dog.
Yeah.
A friend of ours who was an indie worker one time, he had to sell for they did a thing where every ticket you sold, you got like $2. And he sold 2 tickets and then went up to the promoter and asked for the $2. And the promoter looked at him like he had 3 heads. And he was like, "You really want the $2?" He goes, "Yeah, and we'll get a hot dog." And the promoter gave him 5 and said, "Get extra mustard."
Nice. God, the wrestling business is so skeevy. It kind of like irks me sometimes. Like, ugh. Anyway, sorry.
I just put the identity of who that worker.
Yeah, these guys have got
in the private chat.
Oh,
let
me shout it out publicly.
No,
like,
don't do that.
Cash Wheeler. No, I'm joking. Yeah. But hopefully the ISTSE gets what's coming to them, whatever it may be. I mean, okay, gotcha. IATSE.
Look at that! Look at that! That's the best kind of rat AEW can get right now.
I know.
How does that fit into the rat
graphic designer? Yeah.
AEW
Tell us about it, Kev.
Area standard wages and benefits,
dude. Oh, so it's like 16 people, because I can't imagine AEW not really selling out the ECW arena. Let's get real, gentlemen. I mean, it's not that bad of a product, is it?
I mean, how many?
I love Kev's face.
Are they actually running the ECW arena?
Yes, 2300 Arena. It's now called. Yes, sir.
No, it's called the ECW Arena. Shut up.
That's what I'll call it. No disagreement there.
Wow. So they can't fill the ECW Arena. Holy crap! In one of the biggest smart mark towns on the planet, they can't fill the ECW Arena. They need seat fillers. My God, and they're not paying them.
Marv, if you
also seat fillers are union. Seat fillers are union employees. I assume you just went to the local community theater and you were like, "Who wants $20?" Who's going through the union for that? Oh, it's ridiculous. But anyway, yeah. There you go. All right, let's see what else we've got before we can get into the. Guys want to hear about? I'm going to save the Mercedes Mount Rushmore thing because I feel like we're going to need to laugh after the Raja thing. So let's get a couple more super chats and then we'll dive into the meat of the matter. Regina Sharp for $5 says, "I believe the other Tate's name is Sir Not Appearing in a Match." Not Tooney Khan for $4.99 says, "Remember when Young Bucks promised to form a wrestling union?" I do. Yeah, Pepperidge Farm remembers that. Everyone who's ever tried to form a wrestling union has never worked, brother.
It will destroy wrestling if you do it.
It would. I miss him.
May I ask? I'm sorry. Before we go on to the next one, why is a union?
We're in the middle.
I don't. Oh, sorry, bro.
I'm kidding.
No. I just want to know like the cons of a wrestling union.
It would destroy the smaller indie worker. You can't afford. You got to be able to pay your dues. You got to get a specific kind of rate. So smaller promoters would never be able to afford their indie wrestlers. It would just have a whole massive ripple effect that would have lots of unintended consequences that would shut everything down. You need permission to do things. It just makes it overly complicated.
Right.
There would also be insane drama surrounding it because one stupid indie fed would use non-union workers, and then there'd be strikes, and and then you're basically just, if there was such a thing as the mafia, you would then be inviting the mafia into the situation as well the second a union is involved. So, but there's no such thing as the mafia. Just
Okay, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, knee slap, knee slap.
Doesn't exist. It's all fair.
You're real defending of the mafia there, Mr. Monterano.
Listen.
Montanarano. I can't do your last name.
My friend Fat Tony once told me that if I ever put in the trunk, all I had to do was text him.
Sidebar: Paulie Walnut's best Sopranos character.
Oh my God, yeah. You and Cue Me up at 199 says, "Don't forget the Monet Mag." I don't want to do it without Dis here, because if I do it with just the two of them, they're gonna kill me. So we'll see. If Dis gets here, we can do it. We have time. Not Zach Ryder for 999 says, "Wait, you guys don't think Speedball Mike Bailey could actually beat Bobby Lashley in a fight?" #facepalm.
Mike Bailey played the game correctly. He actually became friends with Bobby Lashley. I believe that there's a real friendship there.
You apologize and move on, dude. What the situation with Bailey wasn't his fault. That was just the current culture.
Right.
Wait, what happened between Lashley and Mike Bailey?
There was more MVP, but they were talking in the locker room, and Speedball wasn't paying attention. He was too busy playing video games, and it pissed the MVP off.
And he apologized?
Yeah.
You don't get that shit from Wrestling Observer Live or Wrestling Observer Newsletter. Only right here on Tooney Talk Wrestling.
Wait, so you mean he didn't go out in the arena with a video game console and then look at the camera and say, "Real video games, cry me a river"? That didn't work out for him?
I can't use the words I want to use without getting demonetized.
We're already there.
The bell is the demonetization bell. So anytime anyone says anything that gets us demonetized, I ring the bell.
Wait a second.
Cop-outs. What?
No, I thought you used the bell on WDW Pro for what was it? God, it was cracking me up when you did it.
I used it for something. I used it on Lorne. I used it on Lorne and Apollo when we were trying to do everything that Lorne said that was gonna get the show demonetized. That's how the demonetization bell became a thing.
Right. That was hilarious.
Because Lorne just casually drops the names of historical atrocities. That,
It's like, we're on YouTube. You can't use adult language here.
You can't speak like a person. You can't talk about things that happened. Luke Compo for $10 says, I have just learned that my aunt has breast cancer. To all my Christian brothers and sisters, please send a prayer for her recovery. I'm most grateful. Thank you. Let's have a great show. Hey, Luke, prayers coming your way, my brother. Don't worry about it. All our thoughts and positive energy and prayers with you and your family right now. So here's hoping for a good recovery. Andre Adams, $4.99 says, not so much a fight, more like an apocalypse. I guess talking about the Raja incident. Yeah, it wasn't a fight. Brandon Tyson for $2 says, speaking of sea-fillers, how many at O2 to sell out a pay-per-view?
Not a sellout.
18,000, I think they said, right? But it was the biggest crowd in O2 history.
Right. Well, then in that case, yeah. Well, no. I mean, a lot of people didn't show up. I was given a lot of photographs that I didn't publish that showed a lot of empty seats. A lot of empty seats. I don't know what that means, but they sold tickets.
I mean, probably means Tony bought a lot of seats that,
Yeah.
just, I had to buy 8,000 seats because I didn't know where I wanted to sit. I need options. Not Tooney Con for $4.99. It's from another news site. I seen it was the local stagehand union, aka the ones who set up the show. Okay. So that could also make sense. Wait,
Vindicated.
but they're not.
Okay.
They don't have their own guys to do that.
They have their own production crew.
No, I think they've been outsourcing for the last 6 years, my friends. Chris Dispenza kind of opened that can of worms. I mean, with the lawsuit. I mean, they do not do in-house production, which they should be at this point, if you're asking me, a novice businessman.
So IATSE is theatrical stage employees. Okay, so it could be. Okay, you're right. That IATSE is probably
I think they're
probably stagehands.
Yeah, their pinned tweet shows them, doing production, video, and all that shit.
That never in a million years would I have thought that they wouldn't have their own people who set up the show. Like, is
Dispenza destroyed that narrative. Yeah, I know. Well, I would imagine a billion-dollar company like them, they would have their own in-house production crew and stagehands and all the other nonsense.
Right. Chef Eddie for $5 says Marvin demanded $1,200 to watch AEW. I demanded it to watch the press scrum. Let's go.
Yeah, dude, what's wrong with that? What the fuck?
Yeah,
sorry.
These people deserve equal pay for their suffering. Forever Runner for $4.99 says Jimmy Uso is now Matt Hardy times 3. Or does he mean version 3? Unless his cousin, brother, or wife are involved, no one cares.
Dude, I'm more interested in Jimmy Uso than Matt Hardy. Let's get real.
But Matt Hardy has had times where he has been a focal point. I mean, there was that entire Matt Hardy movie
version 1 was great.
That Vince promptly killed.
Yeah.
Vince and Edge together promptly killed. And then Edge proved that sometimes in life the bad guy wins. Virginia Sharp for $5 says there is no mafia. It's simply a bunch of friendly neighborhood associations that acquire assets to benefit everyone. Exactly.
Shout out Joe Marino.
That sounds too much like communism. It ain't communism. Not Tooney Khan for $9.99 says, look at the SAG actor strike. They didn't protect AI for voice acting. Now VAs are pretending to strike again, only for it to be revealed they want to turn an indie project union. Yeah, the Writers Guild is trying to drag podcast writers into it now.
Excuse me.
Yeah. We had a meeting or we had an article on That Park Place. Lou Wasserman's Ghost wrote it about how the Writers Guild is trying to bring in podcast writers now. It's never going to work. It's never going to happen. You couldn't possibly do anything like that. But yeah, because old dinosaur media is dying and new media is on the rise.
God, I have a question for both of you, but I kind of want to probably save it for Tooney Talk TV, but
you're never on Tooney Talk TV, so just ask
I know.
it now.
Okay, I'll ask it now. What do you guys think about YouTubers, content creators, creating their own trailers using AI that seem to appear to be better than some of the actual theatrical trailers that are being run now?
And
AI
problem.
Mm-hmm. AI is getting scary good. I think there will be a day
scary good
within the next 5 years, if not that, then definitely within the next decade, where you're going to have YouTubers making full-length feature films with AI animation. I mean, we're almost there already.
I mean, think about it. Look at what your standard YouTuber can do with a superior editing package and a couple of templates. So now you're going to enhance it with some AI. Yeah, and they can do nothing about the open source code that's available out there. That's why they're freaking out. Look at the response to user created content. Corporate owned IPs essentially tried to shut down the fan video movement when it was okay for decades. Yeah, so they're sweating bullets now. That's why it's going to get YouTubers with a bone of creativity in their body to make content, create your IPs, and teach these fools a lesson.
You're going to get to the point where wrestling fans are going to be able to create their own matches with AI and present them as a full show. Like somebody can have one of those like loser e-feds like Tony Khan and use AI to actually make the matches, which suddenly would make it legitimate.
But isn't that what 2K25 is doing for WWE? You know what I mean? Like that's where they escape to. They don't play the AJ Styles versus Sami Zayn fucking modes. They play whatever created character they got versus another created character they got. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm seeing.
Well, eventually, you won't need the middleman. You won't need a WWE thing to do it. You can just do whatever you want.
You have to pay $89 for it. Okay, I hear you.
Someday, authors will be able to take their books and just make make features of them. Just through AI. I think. So it's.
Will it be successful? That's the question of the hour. Will it pass the sniff test?
So once everyone can do something, the problem is that everyone can do something, and the market gets saturated. We saw this with Kindle publishing. Kindle publishing was wonderful because now all of a sudden anybody could write a book. The problem very quickly became that anyone could write a book. And
wink, wink, so nudge, nudge.
So now, the problem is that now you have a market that's flooded with substandard content, and so it's hard to pick out the actual diamonds from all of the turds.
Gotcha.
So it's a.
I apologize for sending us on a side quest, but go ahead.
That's all right. I brought it back around to wrestling. Awesome. Not Tooney Khan for $1.99 says unions in America are a joke. They are.
Ooh, hot button topic for next time.
Hot button topic. All right, guys.
Yeah, really. Bite my tongue too.
I mean, guys, look at what you can do with AI.
Right. So I found out that guy was my cousin.
I told it to make Dave Chappelle. So I don't know what it did.
Jesus Christ.
Dude. Okay.
Can we get into it? Can we just hop right on into it?
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to. Let's see.
What was the pretext? The following views expressed do not necessarily reflect.
All right, guys. So the Raja Jackson thing, we've all seen it. We're going to see it again. So Raja Jackson, son of Rampage Jackson, goes to an indie show, because I guess he has a friend that's on the show. And we see what happens here. He goes into the back, and some beer-gutted indie worker gets into his... How else are you going to describe this guy? Gets in his face and does something really, really dumb. So let's see that first.
You don't know me?
Hell no. Yeah.
Hey, that's hey, I think that's a little.
Oh, you don't sell it? Easy. He's not a fucking worker, bro. Calm down. Yeah, what the
That was really dumb. That was aggressively
I'm
dumb,
sorry,
right?
was that a beer can? Was that a beer can or a water bottle?
It was a beer can, but here's the thing that I want you to take a look at, because here's what I think happens here. Now watch it again.
What, you don't know me?
Hell no. Yeah.
Hey, that's hey, I think that's a little.
I don't think he bashes him in the head with the beer can. I think he crushes the beer can in his hand and worker punches him.
Kevin,
because if he actually hit him in the head with a beer can, he would have at least stumbled. I don't care how tough you are, especially having just had a concussion. That would have rang his bell.
Dude, Marv, that's $1,000 shirt, okay? And it just got wet. All right, that's disrespect. Go on.
Kev, what do you think? Honestly, until I just watched it again right there, I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, let me see it again.
Hold on, let me make it a little bit bigger. Here you go.
Please.
What, you don't know me?
Hell no. Yeah.
Hey, that's hey, I think that's a little.
What do you think?
I think he tried to worker punch him and put a little.
Probably dinged him a bit.
Yeah, he dinged him a bit.
Well, also you can see he pulls the punch, like he doesn't follow through.
Yeah. Oh, why are you doing it to someone who's not a worker?
It's the dumbest thing ever.
Like, why do it at all? Why do it all?
Honestly,
Can I answer that? Not knowing anything about professional wrestling, as far as like the backstage and being in the back of an auto zone, apparently. But
get in the zone.
Is it?
Did he just cut out?
Did he cut out? Is he ripping up?
He said, "Is it?" And then he cut out.
Did he start this profound build up just to ditch?
Yes, I think he did.
It's like he rang the doorbell and ran away. Oh my gosh, he did! Oh, he's back. He's back.
It's okay. He's back. He's back. Are you back?
I guess I am. I don't know what the hell happened.
All right, try.
But I just wanted to ask. Yeah, I just wanted to ask. Is this what wrestlers do? Like because they're on camera or they perceive a camera in the vicinity, they want to act like a professional wrestler?
Is the question here, are wrestlers idiots? Because yes, there are many wrestlers who are idiots.
Yeah. Yes, there are a lot of F-tards, but no, this isn't what people who take their craft seriously do. Yes, you mess around,
right,
because you're hanging out with your friends. Anybody's ever played a sport, understands what it's like in a sports locker room. But just because there's a camera, first of all, when there's a camera on, you really should be on your best behavior, especially anytime after 2012.
Okay.
This is just kind of stupid. But again, there's I keep saying there's more to this story, and there were a lot of decisions that got made here. Probably
we'll get to them,
but
we'll get to them. We'll see them all. So here we go.
Easy. He's not a fucking worker, bro. Calm down. Yeah.
So I think what happens is he knows that this is Rampage Jackson's kid. He knows it's Rampage Jackson's kid. He sees the camera. He knows it's being live streamed, and he's like, "I'm going to make a viral moment."
Yep.
What the fuck was that?
You're good.
What the fuck was that?
You don't sell it?
No, he's not a fucking bro.
Look at everybody smiling. Like the old Samoan guy there is smiling too. Like,
but that's a nervous.
What the fuck was that? Hold on.
Yeah, I know, you're right. That is a nervous smile. That is like, hey guys, we're all friends here, right? Like nobody's gonna
right.
Here, right?
That's when you're watching something slowly deteriorate, but you're still trying to keep it light.
Indeed.
Hold on. I don't play that shit, bro.
Oh, sorry.
No, I will fuck him
we're
up,
good.
bro.
I know you will.
No.
We're good.
I will fuck him up, bro. I don't play that shit.
Sorry about that.
By the way, I don't know. Maybe I just haven't met enough Samoans in my life, but do they all actually say "oos" all the time, or is this a thing that started with Jimmy and Jay?
No, they say
this guy says
a lot.
This guy says "oos"
No, this
87 times in this conversation. You just watch this.
Nah, I will fuck him up, bro.
I know you will.
Oh, okay. We shut that back a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna stop this one here because now we need to go to where this gets really dumb. So this guy Psycho Stu, he apologizes. There's footage of him apologizing. He apologizes profoundly many times, and then we see that the one I never thought I'd see a cowboy in wrestling that I can't stand more than Adam Page, but here's this guy.
Hmm.
Hold on. It didn't pop up right away. So. Come on.
Shit, you fucking give him his receipt. You remember what a receipt is? Give him that fucking receipt, bro. Tag this shit. If you got a fucking problem with it,
You dumb, stupid, ugly motherfucker.
This is the guy right here who I think has a lot of blame in this situation. Now, the majority of the blame is still on Raja Jackson. This cowboy dude, this guy.
This is how you break this down. There's responsibility, accountability, and culpability. Raja is responsible for how he chose to respond. The cowboy is now accountable and culpable for throwing gasoline on the fire. So that's what I'm saying. Like there are no clean hands in this whole debacle.
And this guy is not a trained professional wrestler.
Nope.
Why would you tell him to go into the ring and get a receipt?
Well, and tag is universal across all martial arts and professional wrestling, and even action. Tag is universal. He got the green light to go throw some fire, throw live rounds.
You got a fucking problem with it, I'll fucking run out there. Tag this shit, bro.
Tag that shit, bro.
Yep.
All right.
They essentially got told to whoop his ass.
Mm-hmm. But now a receipt, Kevin, correct me if I'm wrong, but a receipt is typically a hard chop, a stiff forearm. It's usually like one shot, right? It's just a, hey, you messed up. Or, I mean, I know you've told me stories of, bounties that have been put on people.
Yes.
But typically that is also in a controlled situation. Like you're coming back with maybe your chest busted open or maybe a sore jaw, but you're not coming back with shattered teeth and potential brain damage.
But again, the difference is this is wrestlers handling wrestler business with another wrestler, not someone who is not vetted, not trained. And listen, it's the wrestling school I went to. We have worked with many an athlete to go do a one-off. Lennox Lewis probably being the most notable. The up to and including training people for the wrestler. The people who come into it and then want to do something with wrestling, or even people who talk shit about it, once they get into the ring, usually 2 hours after their first training session, and they take their first bump and they realize that, oh my God, I just got into a small car accident without a car. Their tune tends to change. Until someone has done that, they have no business stepping foot in a wrestling ring because they don't understand the why and or how it works. So you just this was right out the box. This guy set up for failure.
Yep. All right. So now let's watch what happens while he sits there waiting for his cue here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here's the other.
It didn't even hurt. It just pissed me off. That shit pissed me.
Let Kev speak.
That's important. Didn't even hurt. It just pissed him off.
Mm-hmm. So here's the other part. This is why you also vet people, right? When you go into a martial art, a really good place, and I don't mean like your franchise Tiger Schulman BS karate school. When you go to an actual school, they're going to ask you why you want to learn. And if you say that you are there to fight or want to beat somebody up, they're going to tell you that that's the wrong reason. Martial arts.
See you later, pal.
That's martial arts. Even amateur wrestling. A lot of it is rooted in self-discipline. You mindset. This young man is. So you saw how quick to anger he was, right? So there was no room for even playing around. He did the beer gut guy did the thing, and it was all already over. His mind was made up. If he had an additional 2 seconds before people started backing him down, he would have beat his ass in that locker room. So you have immaturity, a lack of discipline, an overabundance of privilege, and no concept of what the consequences of your actions are and what the consequences of using your skill set are going to be. And you let this child loose. You let this child loose.
Dude,
you got trained. You think he trained at Cobra
I was
Kai?
on
Strike fast, strike hard, no mercy.
Yeah, right. Was emblazoned on their wall. But yeah, dude, listen, I competed in a lot of combat type sports. Nowhere in the world where this guy did what he did would have been acceptable anywhere. After the second punch, it should have been over. But
we'll get there, by the way. We'll get there.
Yeah.
The other part too is because of who his father is, this child had access to the absolute best. without any of the tempering that comes with getting access to the right. Because usually you've got to work your way up. You start in a shithole, you take your lumps, you pay. You learn the business of learning your craft. And nope, right out the box, this is my dad, and that means I have access to all of my dad's privileges, and people are going to share this with me. So he was afforded a gift, but didn't learn any of the humility about being afforded the gift that he got, and he abused his abilities.
All right, let's keep going.
Right, I'm not.
I'm gonna have to get him back.
Gotcha, you got it.
So I can go in the ring and get his ass. I don't even know what I'm gonna do to him. Bro, my dad can't do shit. I'm gonna fake crash out. All right, bet. You about to see? You about to see how crash out I am?
What he said? Someone said to him, "You're a fake crash out." He said, "I'm a fake crash out." Bet.
So the people on his stream are rage baiting him.
Yep.
Like the people on his stream are calling him a pussy. They're saying you ain't shit. And so he's getting angrier and angrier. And then there's a clip. I don't know if they're going to show it here, but Rampage Jackson actually calls him and is like, "Man, I saw you get bitched out," or something to that effect. So everyone is throwing fuel on this.
Again,
it's all.
In the Rampage part, I'm sure Rampage isn't thinking that his son is going to lose his cool. This is that's fathers and sons do that to each other, especially when there's athletics involved. He's because I don't know if anybody. I only saw it in one place, but there's footage as Rampage is watching this happen. When he goes into the ring, the first thing out of Rampage's mouth is he's going to get kicked off a kick for doing this because he realizes really quickly he's taking it too seriously. And Kick is a content partner of theirs, and he's making buku bucks off of it. And so you got to see Rampage realize really quick that this was going bad. Mm-hmm. Now,
but shouldn't Rampage have known beforehand?
It wasn't there. Rampage is doing Rampage stuff. His son's off doing his own thing. So you're watching the stream. Going, well, all right, you're watching the stream, gassing them up, think you're going to get some funny content, and instead he's watching, he's watching the Titanic sink.
Right. How old is homeboy, by the way?
25.
Raja.
25.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm saying child because of his maturity level.
Yes.
Yeah. Grown ass man. As we say in the hood.
Listen to what he just says.
Escalation. It's always been my dream to fuck up a pro wrestler for real. So I get it today. Am I really gonna fight him? Yeah, I'm gonna punch his ass for real. I don't believe in me getting disrespected too. Nice, bet. That shit was not staged. I'm telling you that right now.
You know what the defense is? Do you know what the defense attorney is saying right now? Like, we gotta settle. Period.
We gotta settle.
They don't go to trial, and this is so. I'll wait because we'll
you got it. Sorry.
Here's the thing that makes this such a slam dunk of a game. It's because not only is this just the clusterfuck to end all clusterfucks, right? Where just everything that could go wrong goes wrong and snowballs. Every second of it is on video.
But it's not a slam dunk. Mm-hmm. It's a slam dunk. He'd be in cuffs already.
Him out? That's a good question.
Dude.
50 subs, knock him out. If he hits me back for real, I don't give a fuck. I want him to. Y'all want me to teabag him? People think this shit's sweet. People think this shit's
You see, it's that type of shit.
Right,
Let me move my mic.
All right. No. I'll say it for you. It's this hood bullshit. This fake that young men do, especially if they're melanated, where they get themselves amped up. They do something, and then usually someone winds up dead. The Boondocks is a phenomenal episode about it, called a blank moment. And he's in the middle of having a full-fledged blank moment.
I'll take you guys' word for it.
Yeah, please do.
Then they don't train no goddamn martial arts. I'm really going to hit him. I'm telling you.
Could you imagine this playing out loud on the pro show?
I know.
Right.
He didn't play this part. He didn't play this part. He played a couple seconds of the beat down, and I was like, mute it, because like the music that plays during the beat down.
You see what? I'm sorry, we shouldn't be laughing at this.
He would come on in that big bassy voice like, yeah, listen, we're going to have to move on from this.
Jonas's spirit would leave his body.
I believe they're talking
There's no thunder there.
I believe they're talking about the beloved Winnie the Pooh character, Tigger.
Sorry, I got to mute.
I slam him first or hit him. W if I should slam him first, I'm not fucking around. You don't think I can do it, Miggy? Bet. My dad can't never call me a bitch. Fuck
Kev, bro. I just now realized why God gave me a daughter. Okay? If I had a son like this, bro, I'm in jail. I'm in jail.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, dude, I'm in jail. There is no awful wrestling. What the fuck are you talking about?
Right. Just awful every day of your life.
Oh, my God. Right.
Turn the volume down a little bit.
Hey, Suave, watch.
Sorry.
Shut the fuck up, Suave. I bet you wouldn't be talking like this if you was in front of me, nigga. Chat, watch what I do to him. Tony, I'm gonna show you.
Oh, my God.
A few moments later.
Okay, so here comes the actual moment. All right.
I just one of the super chats.
Here we go.
Okay.
I don't want to. Oh, okay. So we gotta go to the other one. Hold on. All right, now here we go. I'm gonna mute it here because the music is about to start, and we don't want that. But here we go. Boom,
Right.
boom, 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 boom,
8,
boom.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 20. Okay, so we're ready.
God.
Not 21 shots.
21 shots over the course of how many seconds?
Oh, let's time it.
I'd say 15.
I'm gonna actually like do a stopwatch here. Get my stopwatch. Okay, ready? And from the second.
About the only thing that was great about this is that it shows you perfectly how to lift anyone up, no matter what size or stature, by the balls, by the one leg. You can lift. It doesn't matter if they're 600 pounds. You can lift them up easily.
That was 11.2 seconds.
Yep. So do you understand?
Jesus.
So I think a couple weeks ago, right, when we were talking, I don't know if you were here for that. We were talking about Lance Storm shitting on The Undertaker for being upset that people don't watch the monitor when they're at shows.
Right.
And one of the things I pointed out was that you watch the monitor because you never know if something's going to happen and you're needed. This is one of those reasons why you pay attention to the show. Everybody wants to be a badass, but no one wants to be a badass. That entire
damn dude
should have emptied out to subdue him. The second punch was being primed to go into the air. That man took how many punches did I count?
23, 22.
Before someone attempted to do, you have a referee there. Referee did nothing. You had some skinny and shitty mind makeup who did absolutely. They were scared to touch the kid. Wasn't there another person in the match who was nowhere to be found. It's not until the big jacked up guy comes out where you see someone trying to do something, and it's only by virtue of the fact that he's so strong that this stops. So
and also, how is it that like in my like in my mind, what should have happened here is not only should he have been stopped, but they should have beat the piss out of him.
They should have beaten him to death. And I'm going to say this right now. He should have been stomped. He just really, he should have been stomped out. There should have been 15 people essentially ripping his ass.
And by the way, when we say beat him to death, we don't mean it literally. Because what he tried to do to this guy. We just means he should have been beat up.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
teach him a lesson. Yeah,
his ass should have been. So
no one.
Could you imagine if Mr. T at WrestleMania 1 tried to do something like that to Roddy Piper?
Yep.
Like I mean,
this
is
like why you should be listening to this show.
This is it's an outsider.
Seriously.
Who, is not a part of this, who's coming in here and is just teeing off. Now, so I'm pretty sure he's knocked out the second he hits the ground here because his head bounces off the mat.
Yeah, he takes the shittiest bump.
May I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, does he not? I noticed he didn't tuck his chin. Now, of course, I'm not an expert like you guys, but I noticed he didn't tuck his chin. And anybody, listen, I've taken that kind of slam in amateur wrestling. Of course, they got to drop to their knees before they do it. But I know how to break that fall. Yep. So, like, what was his issue?
So this is where I talk about the accountability piece of it, right? Because if you go to a good school, your instructor will teach you how to do it the work way, how to do it the shoot way. Mm-hmm. Why do you know how to do it the shoot way? Just in case something goes wrong. That's why it's always best to go to these old school guys where you didn't know if someone was going to start shooting and you had to be able to protect yourself. Also, too, this guy, so like I get it. He's clearly the victim here, but he's also woefully underprepared and unprepared to defend himself. He doesn't even try. He should have known something was up when he was almost dropped on his head during the pickup. This wasn't going to be a work slam. It wasn't. It gets real clear real quick. He does nothing to protect himself. Then he takes it like garbage. He doesn't, so he comes down. His chin isn't tucked. He's knocked out the second his head hits the mat. Which people, by the way, that's how hard the mat is. It's depending on your ring. It could be a bunch of plywood. It could be a bunch of boards. It could be a steel frame. Every once in a while, there may be a giant steel spring, but even then, the giant steel spring is there for sound. It's sound and to absorb the impact, so you don't break your back. But it still effing hurts. If it's not special padding, then it could be wrestling mat padding. If you've never fallen into a wrestling mat, go enjoy the experience of landing on a wrestling mat for the first time. Let alone landing in a
and I hate to sound cerebral. But you can feel the energy of somebody picking you up and about to bop you on the back of your head. Like, that's just me. And I've done, listen, not to the level of as Kev and anybody else in this business, but I've done amateur wrestling. You can feel when somebody is about to, like, drop you right on your neck, the back of your head. Excuse me. Do you feel like homeboy should have just known, like, wait a second, this is about to go south real quick? I know, I haven't been on any sort of mat in quite some time, but I know when somebody's about to take advantage of me. Easy.
Yes. He should have known that this wasn't going to go the way he thought it was going to go, which leads us to the next problem, the Rikishi problem. Because
we'll get to that.
Okay.
Gotcha.
One more time. Just boom. Just you're teeing off on an unconscious man at this point.
The second that second arm is up, that locker is emptied out. First of all,
you know what? Say what you will about the skinny fat kid. He at least tries.
Sort of. He's trying, but he's not trying very hard. The ref. So we've all watched UFC. You know what happens when the guy gets knocked out. The ref's supposed to jump in there and essentially koala bear on to make it stop. This ref is afraid, so the ref isn't doing their job. Skinny fat kid is afraid, so he's not going to save his brother in arms. The other guy
Right. Now, this is also not to take away from the responsibility of Raja Jackson knowing that anywhere on the planet, MMA rules dictate that, like, come on now, you don't throw 21 fucking bombs on somebody. You're crashing out.
You should.
And you got to think,
you
as a
get fired
trained
if you don't
fighter,
stop.
as a trained fighter, you have to also think that you understand what the ramifications are of teeing off on an unconscious man's face. Like, he knows he's going for the kill here, I think.
He's what do they call him? 300. He's blood drunk. Well, that's not an excuse. That's not an excuse. He made a decision to lose control. He made a decision not to do anything to regain control, and he makes the decision to fight the person who pulls him off because he wasn't done losing control. He has plenty of time.
Gotta disagree with you there, Kev. Gotta disagree only on the fact that you're saying that he knew. No, I believe a part of him didn't know a goddamn thing.
That's true.
He's an idiot.
No, he's an idiot. He's an idiot. But he should. Again, it's you gotta like. Yeah, he's had access to the absolute best, which means he has also had conversations with the absolute best. So although he didn't earn it, he still had that knowledge passed on to him.
Didn't learn humility.
Yep.
Is there any truth? Is there any truth to the? I've always heard that, like, if you are trained to a certain level as a fighter and you punch somebody like out in the street, you could actually get like a weapon charge because your fists are considered a deadly weapon.
It depends on the skill.
Yeah, dude.
Everybody's seen Con Air. That is a thing that can happen to you if you are of a certain skill set and you go and decide to beat the crap out of somebody. They will charge you because you are a weapon. This happening. Don't get me wrong. This happening is inexcusable. This kid is an idiot. He's an idiot, and he deserves what he's going to get. Well, we'll get into why this isn't the slam dunk that people think it should be, in just a moment, because it involves a lot of wrestling stupidity. Because there's another part to this that no one's saying out loud yet.
Mm-hmm. So now you see this kid tries to get in there, and then this Jack guy comes. I don't know where he came from, but this guy actually takes him down. This guy actually does what he's supposed to do.
He ran around the set because he wrestled the match before.
Yeah.
Right.
And he pulled
this guy's actually like fighting him. So now he's actually being challenged by a guy who's bigger than him. This guy's got him wrapped in the arms and he's taking him into the corner.
And look, now that it's under control, people show up.
And that guy's trying to punch at him now too. The Jack guy's trying to hit him.
Yeah, of course. Right. And that's the only move that you can do in a situation like this. That will
Knuckleball Jones over here is like trying to do like the shoulder blocks in the corner or whatever.
Trying to do Brock Lesnar's little.
We're not up to the worst part of this, by the way, because it does get worse. Oh wait,
are you thinking what I'm thinking?
How many guys in this place use face paint? What is this guy saying?
How many guys are pussies in this theater?
Oh, we don't. They pin the fucking guy to end the match.
They what?
They pin him to end the match.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Really?
The ref counts to 3, Marv. Yes.
No, I never saw that part of it.
Yeah. So this is
dark blood oozing from his nose.
Didn't that happen in AEW where like a guy was very much knocked out and they still dragged him in place so the Bucks could do their move on him?
Yes.
So this is so again. This is why I'm so angry about this because this is why the WWE has silently removed any association with them because this is yet another indie fed too busy playing wrestler instead of being professional. Rikishi would rather sit on the internet all day and bitch about how his family members aren't being used properly, even though they eat up the fucking entire show, both shows.
Right.
Then be out here to control this because yes, the average indie fed does not have the funds necessary to hire security. Right. Atlas security is very expensive. Also, they may not. Those are off-duty cops. they're not looking to get their face split open. You know, the security guards are trained to for verbal jiu-jitsu and deflection. They're not there to. They're not.
But Kev, isn't that where the wrestlers come in?
Yeah, I'm getting
and police.
Usually at shows, your security guards are your students and unused talent. And if you don't have that, then there damn sure better be somebody of some kind of size ready to jump in there to diffuse or deflect. Right? None of that was there. The other responsibility comes down to your locker room. You are supposed to take care of your brother. You're just supposed to. And no one was there to take care of that brother except for the one guy who comes out, and then everybody else decides to come out afterwards because they think the situation is now under a little bit more control. So this is where my issue comes in of wrestling is filled with too many guys who want to walk around and be badass, but no one actually wants to be a badass. Raja should have been subdued before punch number three made contact with that dude's face.
Nobody did high school wrestling in that goddamn locker room. Nobody did any college wrestling in that goddamn. I mean, it could have taken 1 second for them to subdue this gentleman, but they didn't do it.
But back to the other problem. There aren't enough athletes who actually do
right.
It. Everybody fucking plays Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, or they're because they're skinny, fat, and can do the fucking backflip. Now they get let in. So yes, wrestling does in fact need gatekeepers. Not the way Swerve probably meant, but there used to be a time where if you walked up into a school, you back in the 80s, you had to be invited. You had to be invited in. Then if you were invited in, someone tested you. I'm not saying go and break someone's leg. That's psychotic. But you had to be put through. You had to be put through your paces before someone could get to a ring. It changed a little bit.
Were you just a fucking bodybuilder, or did you have some good goddamn cardio? Could you go?
Yep. So after Mike Sharp opens the school and it becomes a media darling magnet here in the Northeast, all of a sudden now we start opening wrestling schools everywhere. And because the wrestling schools now aren't run by guys who actually have experience, they're run by Joey Fataboom, who's never done anything, nothing to offer anybody. They don't have the ability to say no to someone. So now every loser and his fat girlfriend gets to get into the ring, and they're piss poor trained, and they weren't taught the traditions properly. They weren't taught the safety measures properly. They weren't taught to how to protect themselves properly, or how to protect the other people that they're in there with. And now you get situations like this. And the WWE is going to go, we are not going to associate with anybody who they're too busy playing fake wrestling than they are being professional wrestlers.
Dude, the aftermath. Did you see some of the promos that some of these fucking also-rans put out on video, or excuse me, on social media? Like, it's ridiculous. You had one of the guys who was probably no more than 190 pounds talking about Raja Jackson, we're gonna come and get you, and it was such a cosplay of a professional wrestler from the 1980s. But yeah, you're so right, Kev, dude. Like
we got a $50 super chat here.
Sorry.
Double A says, Double A here. 2 questions for Kev. Did you see the videos of the wrestlers that went for the pin on Stu, the wrestler that cut the promo on the street, and the group chat message situation? Second, if this was ACW, how would you deal with all the wrestlers and the refs? All right, so first question first. Did you see those videos of the guy that went for the pin, the one that cut the promo on the street,
I saw the pin and the promo on the street. I didn't see the group chat. I'm trying not to have to take a blood pressure medication.
Right.
And then this would have never happened in ACW. Because one, you sit down, look at the beer can incident. You listen. I'm just gonna say it. Some wrestlers just fucking retarded. So you have to talk to them like they are.
But now, like, let's say you had a VIP, backstage, and one of your wrestlers did that. I mean, you'd throw him out of the locker room, probably, right?
Sorry, there'd be a severe ass chewing. Nothing should happen without the promoter's permission. Hey, someone's coming. Do you mind if I do XYZ with them? Well, let's go talk to them and see what they're comfortable with, so that you avoid a situation like that. Because if someone's in on the joke right from the get-go, you talk about what someone is comfortable with. Now, if the wrestler takes advantage, and you go outside of someone's comfort level, then that's a different conversation. So that you can tell by watching this video, everything is happening ass backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, my boys come in. It'd be funny if you did XYZ. Then they do XYZ. I guarantee you, after those cameras got turned off, after he got calmed down, because he's still backstage. The idiot in the black hat is gassing him up. There was probably, well, listen, bro, we'll turn it to a storyline. We'll do something in a couple months down the road, and we'll get you trained up. It'll be fucking cool. We'll go in there, light him up, and we'll get a viral moment out of it. You know nothing about this kid. You know nothing about him. No one taught him how to throw a work punch. You riled up a pit bull. You riled up a pit bull. You hit it with the shock taser a couple times. Covered the kid in covered the other guy in barbecue sauce, and said "sick 'em, boy." and now you're shocked that someone got their fucking face and skull splattered all over your canvas.
I got a question,
Well,
Kev.
so now,
I'm sorry, Marv. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No. I just wanted to ask, how do you introduce this Raja Jackson into your fold? Like, how do you tell him? Like,
he wasn't supposed to be introduced into the fold. He wasn't supposed to be part of the show. He was
Yeah,
just there to visit his friend.
Yeah, it was a last minute decision because Rampage's kid is here. Oh, it would be fucking cool if we did XYZ. Always
gotcha.
Even if someone showed up at the last second, right? You get a dignitary shows up. Hey, listen, my bud's coming. He's blah blah blah. Okay, cool. You usually the friend with the hey man, he wants to kind of do something. Is there anything that we can do? And then you sit down and you talk about again. You sit down and you talk about it. The part of the privilege that you get of doing professional wrestling is that it's fucking fake. So you get to work it all out before you do something.
Mm-hmm.
Any other way, it's criminal assault and everybody goes to jail.
Nobody says we don't have time for that.
Interesting. Okay, so basically what happened after this, WWE pulled all of its branding. But what we just saw with the people that were involved. This is a WWE ID.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, how did that happen?
What standards do they have? Is it just if there is somebody who was a WWE wrestler involved, you immediately get it? Because like that looked like the most garbage indie promotion of all time.
Got 3 letters in your promotion? Come on into WWE ID.
Got 3 letters and a WWE Hall of Famer sitting on his ass in the back.
Well, they had a really nice set. So the leaps and bounds ahead of 50% of the indie guys out there, and then the expectation is, especially because of who it is, right? It's not like Rikishi was there for a cup of coffee. The guy's a Hall of Famer who was there during one of the biggest boom periods in history and had been in the company for decades, not just that period. So
but bro, that's enough.
He has been groomed.
3 stars.
Yeah, well, but at that point, he's groomed. He's an OG. He's an OG since the 80s. He has seen everything and knows everything. So there is a certain level.
So why is he booking in the back of an AutoZone?
Well, because wrestling is ungodly expensive. So that's why.
Could you imagine? Have you ever watched the show Heels? Have you ever watched the Stephen Amell show Heels?
Yes, I got through 2 episodes of it.
Could you imagine what you could do with a facility like what they have in that show? Where I was like, this is the most unbelievable thing in the entire show that an indie fed has this facility, but that's actually that's like a storyline in the show that like they've got this insane facility and they can't afford it. They blew all their money on it.
But yeah, there's a certain level of professional decorum and just knowledge based off his experience that no one else has. That should have been apparent, which is why they got the ID rub. All Rikishi has managed to do now is make it harder for everybody else.
Yep. All right. Is there anything else we need to talk about with this? Before we get to the super chats?
Yeah, we'll hit the. So this is why this isn't a slam dunk, right? Because what Raja does, it's apparent, right? We know he beat the guy up. He loosened teeth. He fractured. I don't know if he fractured his skull, but he broke the guy's face. The guy had to be hospitalized. There's trauma there. In any other place, this is criminal assault. It could even potentially be attempted manslaughter if your prosecutor is feeling froggy enough. The why this is not so clear cut is because it is obvious as you're watching these videos that this was turned into a work shoot. So now you don't know. The problem is you don't know where exactly it went wrong and they lost control. Who knew what? Who's responsible for what? Because there's also other people who could potentially be being charged here. They're also looking at it from where does the law break? And now we're finding out that these guys are being told not to talk, not to cooperate with law enforcement. So what is going to happen here is Rikishi's trying to save his ass because Rikishi's going to be sued. Rikishi's going to be sued. Potentially, people who own the building are going to be sued. There's a massive ripple effect here that's going to impact a lot of people. And I honestly wouldn't be, other than the fact that Mr. Beast has decided to donate to pay his medical expenses. Don't be shocked if he finds a lawyer scummy enough who says, "Well, this is a WWE associated brand, so can we sue the WWE and TKO over this too?" I doubt they're going to want to. The civil trial is going to be more damning than a criminal trial. But
may I ask a question, Kev? Who's going to sue?
I would imagine that the wrestler should.
Psycho Stu's family, yeah.
Psycho Stu doesn't sue. His family can sue.
Yeah, because I think Psycho Stu's going to be talked out of it.
Because I'm assuming that he's probably if he's the breadwinner, and let's say because he's laid up, he can't work. He can't work, and apparently and allegedly he wrestled to help him cope with his PTSD. So now he's going to have other trauma. That means his wife can sue without his permission. That means that someone can sue for his children. By the
way, Mr. Beast here offers to support Psycho Stu with his hospital bills. Apparently, so one of his friends said there wasn't a GoFundMe, and then today I saw a screenshot of a GoFundMe where Chris Jericho gave $2,500, and I'm like, wait, if there's not a GoFundMe, did Jericho get taken in by a fake GoFundMe? Because that would be interesting. But anyway, Mr. Beast offers to pay this guy's medical bills, and I'm sure someone out there is going to say that he's an asshole for it.
I'm sure they will.
Because Mr. Beast has put more good out into the world with his money than just about anyone who's ever been rich. He has given so much money. He has built with money. I'm saying he has built wells. He has built schools. He has given eyes to the blind, and people are like, that asshole.
May I just say that Mr. Beast has the deadest eyes imaginable. That's all.
Dis and I were talking about that because Dis sent me that screenshot, and I was like, "That son of a bitch!" There's always someone out there where they're like, "Well, he's just doing it to be performative." I'm like, "Yeah, you know who didn't care that he did when he gave eyes to the blind to be performative? Right. The people that can see now don't care why he did it. They care that they got eyes."
The starving kids in Africa, the people who couldn't afford their groceries, the family that needed a car, the youth centers that got school supplies and food.
None of them care why.
I'm an asshole. Idiots.
Some guy named Mr. Beast pays my mortgage.
Yeah, no one cares why he did it. I don't care if it helped someone at the end of the day. Who cares? Somebody was like, oh, giving eyes to the blind is ableist. They didn't need it. Well, they took it, so they clearly wanted to see.
Yes.
Sorry.
No. Oh God. Nothing says outrage better than some whiny crybaby on the internet being outraged for somebody.
My gosh.
Now, may I ask a question? Was it solely because it was Rakishi's company that they got the WWE ID label?
Yeah,
is that it? That's
if Rikishi was not involved in that, there's no way that scummy tetanus shot of a place would have possibly gotten a WWE ID. The only we saw parts of the locker room, out in the parking lot and then out in the ring. The only guy that WWE would even glance at is that guy who actually broke up the fight. So, my gosh. God. All right, so let's see the super chats here. You and Kumi for 199 says Uso is Samoan for brother. Yeah, I know, man. I know. I'm just saying that people weren't saying it as much.
I have the story.
He's telling the newbies
who hung out with the Usos before they got called up to TV, and he didn't know that Us was even a word, and he said he heard it at least 5 million times before his weekend was up with them. They legitimately say it every fourth word. At first, he thought he thought they were ribbing him, and he's like, "Nope, this is them. This is how they talk."
So he didn't know it meant brothers. So did he just think that they were like part Pokemon and they could just say their own name over and over? Uso.
Right. Well, he knew they weren't named the Usos yet, but he was like, "What is?" And then finally, he was like, "What does this mean?" He goes, "It just means brother." So he's like, "Oh, okay, I got it now." But he's like, he's like every other word was oos.
Damn, Oos. Regina Sharp. Regina Sharp for $5 says, Jesus, this is the perfect storm of a cluster frag.
Yep.
It really is.
Yep.
It really is from beginning to end.
Nothing went right.
This is, yes, the dumb fuckery gone wild.
Liger J81 for $2 says, insert Uncle Ruckus in the courtroom moment for Raja. Oh my gosh.
String that N up.
No, too far.
Uncultured Barbarian for $5 says, why hasn't this thug been arrested yet? And that indie trash wrestler who talked about receipts should never work in any ring again.
Exactly. Everybody involved should be blackballed.
Yeah, dude, just get your pension and call it a day.
CWJ for $2 says, sadly, most wrestlers now are cosplay tough guys.
Yep.
100%. Regina Sharp for 10 says, worse than going through a glass table? Seriously, though, first lesson will always be how to fall. Wrestling, judo, parachuting, you shouldn't do any of those things until you've mastered falling. Yeah, it is the basic, core tenet of what you're learning. Regina Sharp for 5 says, also, let's not ignore the real news, guys. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are engaged. Tell us your real thoughts. You don't actually have to answer this good because I'm not.
I'll answer it. Congratulations.
You know what's funny? Trump tweeted out that like he was happy for them and she's a great girl and he's like a really cool guy. And I said, somebody check on him. Because this seems like the I'm going to say something so outrageous and out of character that you'll know that I'm in trouble and you have to
Well, congratulations to Mr. Swift.
Yes.
I still don't buy it. Travis Kelce was a big booty black woman and went in the stark raging opposite direction. This is a psyop.
Virginia Sharp for $5 also says, Mr. Beast is trying to buy back the soul he sold for his success. Very generous of him, though. Kudos.
Is he the Mr. Beast that's talked about in the Bible? Just curious.
It's the mark of Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
The mark of the Mr. Beast. Oh, my gosh.
That's right. We translated it wrong.
Right. Damn you, Joseph.
Good Lord. All right. Let's get a move on to Kev. Do you have to head out?
Actually, I do, yeah.
Yeah, so Kev, you got Lauren and Apollo coming up later tonight on the WW Pro channel. I will see you guys over there, but tell everybody what we got coming up.
Yeah, tonight we are going to celebrate the action era, the 80s through the 90s. We're going to talk about who the kings of that era are and what their magnum opuses are in terms of what the movies that they have put out. So we got a couple of news stories for you. We'll keep it fun, but you'll see Marv, you'll see Martin Stone, and good old EA will be back. Hopefully his technology will not have him sound like he's trying to hone in from 1991.
Oh, that was the funniest thing when Eric kept dropping out.
And he's gone.
He's got the awful mic, apparently.
Oh, no. It makes your mic look like Rush Limbaugh's microphone. It was bad. I mean, Eric's a friend of ours, so I was just sitting there laughing. Like I had to mute myself. I was laughing so hard every time he dropped.
So before I go to, I'll probably film it. I'm hoping probably within the next week. The first 2 videos for the House of Apollo will be the rise and fall of first run syndication on television after the news today that ABC, Fox, and NBC will no longer be showing first run syndication content on their networks anymore. And then because it will be pretty close to spooky season, we're going to be talking about how to make sense of the Halloween timeline.
It would make sense that you would be the head of the HOA.
That's right. The only HOA that people want to be a part of.
Right.
Mm-hmm. The only one that's actually useful for anything.
Oh, gosh. My
all right, Kev.
Be coming and she runs away.
We'll see you over there at 11.
All right. See you guys later. Have fun.
Indeed. Peace.
Bye. All right. Awful. We have got some interesting news that dropped regarding from the press scrum that we didn't watch. So Tony Khan was asked point blank about them max numbers, the max numbers that Dave loves to tout. All right. Tony Khan was asked directly by fan-turned reporter from Post Wrestling if Dynamite is doing 1 million on cable plus stream on Max. He said he doesn't know, isn't given info, and the only thing he's ever seen is a report that said so. BJ Bethel's report just died. No further questions.
Shout out to Mr. Sumex X Graphs.
Yeah, the report that he said he saw has got to be BJ Bethel's report, right?
Yeah, it's the only thing that's been put out there. To the point, Marv, where it's dominated, where it's dominated Grok's algorithm and ChatGPT's algorithm. Isn't that amazing?
Really?
Yeah, it certainly has. So any newbie that shows up on the scene wanting to know, a little bit behind the scenes workings of professional wrestling are going to eventually come across this spurious report and see that it's completely false. Terrible.
Yep. So look. By the way, also I don't really buy that he's not given reports from HBO. How is that possible?
I don't think he asked for it. I don't think he wants to know the truth, Marv.
All that matters is the number of Tony Khans watching are the same number as last week.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's a good thing. Yeah.
The impressions on his tweets. Like, yes. 457,000
No, he doesn't care.
Looked at it.
He doesn't care. I've been saying since the beginning, he doesn't care who watches. He just cares that he watches and he likes it because he's making wrestling for himself.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, I'm making the video. It's so amazing. Like, I think about it. He had this idea since he was 13. And I think about all the times that we've had long-ass pay-per-views. And I just imagine him, like, sitting in his room for that many hours thinking that a pay-per-view should go on for 4.5 hours, 5.5 hours. Like, it's just amazing how this guy sees professional wrestling.
But you know what? At the same time, like, how do they not tell him how many people are watching the show? How is that not a thing? I get a report every week about that Park Place, and I don't even own it.
Well, managerial permissions would definitely show you that. But as far as like him, he doesn't want to know because it would blow the narrative of 500,000, which we both know is.
I am also shocked. The right number. Shocked that he didn't lie.
That's
good on him for not lying. Good on him for not lying.
Hey, listen, he's got to tell the truth to shame the devil. So I mean, he would be seen as a super liar if he were to be like, yeah, it certainly is around 500,000 people each and every week.
Absolutely.
Because that narrative would crumble like a cookie.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
So Mercedes Moné also has made a fun statement. She gave her Mount Rushmore of wrestlers. So 4 wrestlers that she thinks should be engraved in stone as the greatest of all time. You ready for this, Oval?
Before you even go on, did the results surprise you?
One thing surprised me.
Okay. I can't wait.
I'll tell you what it is.
Trite.
Okay, Mercedes Moné's Mount Rushmore of women's wrestlers. Manami Toyota, Trish Stratus, Mercedes Moné, and Toni Storm.
Oh my God, she put herself in there.
I have never in my life, not even Hulk Hogan, have I seen somebody been asked, "What's your Mount Rushmore of wrestling?" Put themselves on the Mount Rushmore. My favorite was, I think it was either Beard or Disc, which is like, I wonder what her favorite Manami Toyota match is.
Yeah, really.
Like, you can't even say that it's in gimmick because she put Toni Storm on it.
A female wrestlers, dude. I'd put Wendy Richter on before her. I'd put the jumping Bond jump. Good Lord, I can hardly speak tonight. The jumping Bomb Angels.
I know she was. I know she's a controversy and whatnot, but it's either Moolah, Mae Young, Trish Stratus, and Charlotte.
Where the fuck is Sensational Sherry?
She wasn't she didn't wrestle that much, did she? I mean, she was mostly a manager in WWE, but she did. I mean, obviously she did wrestle, but Sherry Martel would be on my Mount Rushmore of managers.
True,
but
I'd put Ronda Rousey before Mercedes Moné. Seriously, no joke, not joking.
Well, she brought legitimacy to it, but I mean, like, come on, man. Right. So the thing that surprised me, no Bailey. I thought for sure that because that's her best friend, she would have been on there.
Wow, good call, Marv. Holy cow! What? Yeah. So that means somebody did not return her text messages. Left her on red.
Yeah. Yep. But to put yourself on your Mount Rushmore of wrestling, and you can't even say that it's in gimmick because Toni Storm, who you're supposed to hate, is also on there. Right. Also, Toni Storm on the Mount Rushmore of women's pro wrestling?
Leia, let's please stop this nonsense.
I don't know. Manami Toyota might deserve to be on there. I have no earthly idea who it is.
Where's Gail Kim? Where's Awesome Kong? Seriously, I'm not. I wouldn't come on.
I wouldn't put them on a Mount Rushmore either. There's 4 spaces. That's it.
Who would you put? Let's hear Marv's.
I gave it. I said Moolah. I said Moolah, Mae Young, Trish Stratus, and Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte Flair. God.
Charlotte Flair is the face of the current generation of women's wrestling. Trish Stratus.
Why her and not Asuka?
Asuka's fine, but Charlotte Flair is. Look, I'm sorry. I know people hate her. She's the greatest women's wrestler of all time. I'll die on
Way to
that.
go, Vince. Okay. All right. Hey, listen. I don't see Charlotte on
you know
this
what?
list.
You know what? I think I might actually. I mean, like I don't want to have Moolah on there just because she's Moolah, but you have to.
Yeah,
you can't deny the importance of the fabulous Moolah. I could probably Mae Young is on there just for sentimental reasons, I guess, because I love Mae Young so much. But I could make the case to drop Mae Young for Medusa.
I guess replace Mercedes Moné. Now I'm starting to think of names. Replace Mercedes Moné with Mickie James.
I don't put Mickie James. Mount Rushmore has got to be somebody that defined it defined a generation. So for my
then
Mount.
Why
Rushmore
the hell is Sable
male,
not on there? Why is China not on there?
Because they were flash in the pan. Sable was only there for 3 years.
How about China?
China? I mean, China barely wrestled.
She redefined how women are perceived.
And
in
also
wrestling.
China only wrestled women for a year. She
and then wrestled men.
Until,
well, there you have it. Does that not place her on the on Mount Rushmore?
She didn't do it well.
All right, true.
No, my Mount Rushmore of male wrestlers is Hogan, Flair, Stone Cold Steve Austin, John Cena.
Ooh, Over the Rock. Ooh.
Over the Rock, of course, Over the Rock. dude, screw the Rock did not define a generation. I'm sorry. The Rock's generation was defined by Stone Cold Steve Austin. The only reason the Rock is
You know
the
what?
Rock
You got
is because
me.
of Hollywood.
Yeah,
as much as I would love,
got me there.
as much as I would love to put the Undertaker or Sting on there because they're two of my very favorites. I can't in good conscience do that.
Right.
It's Hogan, Flair, Austin, Cena. That's it.
I've come around. I agree.
And look, that's just my personal amount.
But who the fuck is Toyota? Let's get to that. Who is Manami Toyota?
Beard says his Mount Rushmore is Terry Funk, Randy Savage, Roddy Piper, Jerry Lawler, but that's just for personal taste. So yeah,
Right.
I'm not looking at my favorites. If I were to do my favorites, it would be Undertaker. It would be Undertaker, Sting, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Ric Flair.
Interesting. Okay.
Or Rick, you might be able to sub one out with Tommy Dreamer. But
Is Sting on the list because he defined WCW for you, or defined wrestling for you, or like
wrestling?
You know what I mean?
Sting was the first wrestler that I really like attached to. So, which is why I hated seeing what he became in AEW.
Right.
Which is why when he did the little stupid kick thing with Orange Cassidy, I died a little inside. It was worse for me than when William Regal got cursed by Danhausen.
Oh,
and
wow.
sold it. But as far as managers, it's Bobby Heenan, Jim Cornette, Paul Heyman, Sherry Martel. For me, I could make the case for Blassie.
Jim Cornette, Sherry Martel. I like those first three. Who was the last one?
Paul Heyman.
No. You said Paul Heyman, Cornette, Sherry,
Cornette, and Bobby Heenan.
Bobby Heenan. I think
if there's a manager Mount Rushmore and Bobby Heenan's not on it,
yeah, really,
that's not a good thing.
Yeah, you're in comatose state.
Yeah.
Jimmy Hart. Somebody threw that out there. You and Cumula.
Jimmy Hart. You could make the case for Jimmy Hart
over Sherry Martel. That's for damn sure. Because if we're talking about a number of wrestlers who they managed, then yeah, definitely.
But when I do a Mount Rushmore, I don't do it from my personal taste. I do it as to who I think defines the topic.
Right. Ooh, more of the hoity-toity Mount Rushmore judge.
Just saying. I'm just saying, man. Let's get to some super chats real quick.
You got it.
Not Tooney Khan for $5 says Fightful article says Jeff Jarrett, former babysitter, gets engaged, implying she babysat.
A wild slapnuts appears. Double J, Jeff Jarrett.
No, she babysat Jeff Jarrett. So she's actually a friend of the Jarrett family. So, just saying.
Yeah.
Regina Sharp for $5 says Tony Khan is concentrated on the important things for a wrestling company, like how many Renoirs and Chagalls his father has.
Yo, by the way, I think everybody should check out that segment on
it's on
Wrestling.
Patreon right now. It's coming to YouTube
Patreon,
this
sorry.
week. Yeah, it's on Patreon right now. It's coming to YouTube next week. I posted that one on Patreon and the At Home with Dave Schultz, which is a deleted scene from Tooney Talk Wrestling, because it got the episode demonetized. So it's up on Patreon now. Just because it's two like home tours and they're very different.
Gotcha. I thought the shit was hilarious. You should check it out.
Not Tooney Khan for $5. Yeah, I wish you were too. Wait, is that what those emails from Max were about? I thought they were about their 17th name change. They do keep changing that name. It's fun. Well, it's a 17th name change, but they keep changing it back and forth to the same thing.
Right.
Regina Sharp for $5 also says, I've got a John Reno and Steven Seagal box set. Checkmate, Snowblower. Snowblower is actually pretty good. I might have to steal that. Blazing Bolts for $5 says the Mercedes Moné puppet is more over and a better wrestler than actual Mercedes Moné. You and Kimmy for $1.99 says, I miss China.
Does he, though?
Blazing Bolts for $5 says, my 5 all-time is Rock, Stone Cold, Bret Hart, Undertaker, and Kurt Angle. Marv hates my favorite wrestler, The Rock, the same way I hate Cody. I don't hate The Rock. I just don't think he's Mount Rushmore of wrestling. I think The Rock is Mount Rushmore of Hollywood action stars. You know, He defined a generation.
I know, but quietly. If that makes any sense.
No, it's,
you know what I mean?
So I'm trying to think of who I would do for action stars. It would probably be Stallone and Schwarzenegger, obviously.
Right, but they were all
Stallone,
like,
Schwarzenegger,
they were
The
everywhere.
Rock, and I don't know who the fourth one would be.
Van Damme.
Vin Diesel, maybe? And Jean-Claude Van Damme, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, or
that
you know what?
was turning out hits.
I mean, are we including like martial artists? Because
no, we're talking about superstar. How about Jackie Chan?
I was gonna say it would be either Jackie Chan or Bruce Lee, but
Jackie Chan.
Ooh,
everybody's saying Chuck Norris or Jackie Chan.
Mount Rushmore of martial art movie stars. I mean, it's Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, Donnie Yen, and Jet Li.
Okay, I got no argument there.
Yeah, that would be.
Is Donnie Chen the evil Asian character in every movie? Who's all thick. And brolic?
He was the blind. I'm sorry, Donnie Yen. He's the blind guy in Rogue One.
Gotcha.
And he's in all the Ip Man. He's in all the Ip Man movies.
Who was the bad guy cowboy who was kind of like Terry Funk, but not Terry Funk? You know who I'm talking about. I wish I had a picture of him. Oh my goodness. He had a Fu Manchu mustache. He also had like curly hair. He was almost in every 80s like Western type. God, I wish I knew his name. I know you know who I was talking about, but anyway. Yeah, he's on my Mount Rushmore of great actors.
You know what? Action movie stars. What am I thinking? Bruce Willis.
No, his name was Tex, and I know somebody in the chat.
No, I'm talking about. I'm going back to my action movie stars. Bruce Willis goes on the action movie star. You know.
Yeah, Bruce Willis. Okay, yeah, I'll buy that. Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I would take The Rock off of that. I would probably go Schwarzenegger, Stallone, Bruce Willis, and maybe Vin Diesel or Jason Statham.
Why do you keep throwing those guys in there instead of Jackie
the
Chan?
Modern action. They're the modern. Well, because Jackie Chan's a martial artist. He does martial arts movies.
Here we go. Okay, gotcha.
It's a different category in my head.
I know, Dave Meltzer.
Have you ever seen? There's a movie that I absolutely love, and I don't know the name of the guy who's in it, but he's fantastic. It's called The Raid Redemption. It's a Thai movie, so it's all in Thai, and it is the most crazy martial arts movie. Here's the plot, awful. Cops have to go in to raid this drug den. It's in this big high rise. Boss is at the top of the high rise. Guys on every single floor fight.
It's a video game. Gotcha.
It's literally the movie. And they bogged down in love stories or any nonsense. It is just from the word go. It is just for like 2 hours. It's just fighting, and I
love it.
Like, give me that forever.
And by the way, it was Tex Cobb. That's the gentleman's name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Terry Funk, but not Terry Funk.
Yeah.
But also Regina Sharp says, you know, Marv, defining a generation only gets you on Rushmore if you define it for good. Sheesh, Rock on the action star on Rushmore. I'm just saying.
I don't get it. Thank you, Honor Sharp.
Yeah, you know what? I changed my mind on it. So, we're talking action movie stars tonight on Lauren and Apollo. So I'm trying to like refresh my memory on action movie stars. But
I mean,
anyway,
I would pick Chris Evans over The Rock. I mean, good lord.
Yeah, probably. Time for a little segment we call That's Dave for You, where we explore all of the nonsense that comes out of Dave Meltzer's face on a weekly basis. So this week, somebody said WWE $3 billion in debt. They didn't want ROH back getting PLE. Doesn't this mean it's a wise investment? It doesn't mean it's a wise investment. AEW has no leverage on that negotiation. What WWE? Yeah. It's not the same thing, you freaking idiot.
Not anywhere near.
The valuation of the WWE is so much more than the value of AEW. Stop it. And we're talking actual value, not you being like, it's worth $2 billion. It's not. Just because he spent $2 billion doesn't mean that's what the company's worth. He also said, if 40% for the week actually watch on Max, last week's show would have done in the range of 1,360,000 viewers. L plus 7. The fuck is he talking about?
Yeah, but you'll notice he'll never quantify what that number is that he's using to come to that,
Meltzer math.
Solution.
Meltzer math. It's the opposite. It's the opposite of Steiner math.
X equals whatever the fuck Dave Meltzer believes.
All right, you ready to hear? You ready to hear Dave Meltzer's take on modern journalism?
Let's hear it.
Now, unlike Dave Meltzer, I am actually in the journalism field. Dave Meltzer is in the crap peddling dirt sheet field. So let's see what he has to say.
Journalism is so different. It's like, for me, it's like it's a different world. It's like not.
Oh, it's a different world for me because I'm not actually in it.
Right.
Stupid asshole.
But it's changed. And believe me, I've accepted the change. I just hate it.
I hate it because they won't let me in.
In all across everything. It's just, the fakeness. The lawsuit over the the Georgia voting thing came out, and
why is he talking about politics? Who wants to hear you talk about politics?
Dude.
Fox host
MSNBC
testified
maybe
under oath, in depositions about how they didn't believe anything that they said. They were just saying it because, that's what the audience that they have wants,
Wait. Is he actually complaining about Fox News presenting information that's just what their audience wants? That's all you do. All you do is you present these sheep with exactly what they want to hear. AEW is worth $2 billion. That's exactly what they want to hear. It does 1 million+ viewers on Max. That's exactly what they want to hear. There's no basis in reality.
And to me, it's like, that's like if you are out there and something is fake, it's fake, but you're pushing it anyway because that's what the audience wants to hear. That's like the worst journalism. I mean, journalism part of.
Oh my god! Awful! Is he actually ironic. Saying this? Like, what a fucking self-own.
Yeah. With a straight face, by the way.
I can't believe he lacks the self-awareness to not know what he's saying right now. Holy shit!
If only Brian Alvarez would tell him.
It's having guts to go out there and go, you know what? This may not be a popular thing to say, but it's just the
with his
goddamn
1970s game
and,
show.
We don't have that
microphone.
anymore. It's.
I know. Don't get me started on that. He's cutting a promo, Brian.
It's about picking sides, and you try to cultivate an audience that only wants to hear their one side. And
that's what you did. Fucking idiot.
If they don't want to hear your side, they're not your audience. It's not about both sides. ESPN today.
Just unbelievable lack of self-awareness. Unbelievable. Mm-hmm. Now he's going to complain that ESPN has taken down their AEW page. He's going to bitch about that now.
Eliminated all AEW shows from their sports website. Now, some people are going like, oh, well, it's the competition, blah, blah, blah. And now they're on ESPN. It's like.
ESPN is now in the wrestling business.
Mm-hmm.
They are now in the wrestling business with WWE. Of course, they got rid of their AEW page. Because they've gone.
Why would they keep it?
They've gone from being an outlet that just peripherally sometimes reports on wrestling to actually being involved in the wrestling business. You really think they're going to keep around a company that called their new $1.7 billion investment the Harvey Weinstein of wrestling?
And let's not forget that ESPN, for as big as it is, needs WWE. as much as WWE needs ESPN.
Oh no. ESPN needs WWE infinitely more than WWE needs. WWE could have gone.
I'll agree with that sentiment as well. Yes, exactly.
WWE could have gone anywhere. The fact that they went with ESPN, I think, is an absolute catastrophe. No one has ESPN. ESPN is a dying brand. Major League Baseball jumped out of it like it was a burning plane.
True. So true.
And Tripp's just sitting there going, "Who's the guy who's giving me a whole lot of money? MICKEYMOUSE." Like that. It's so short-sighted. Like, you took the money up front, but what kind of blow is this going to be for your viewership? Because people don't watch ESPN anymore.
Right.
I mean, maybe because they got all this NFL shit now, they will, but that's just during football season. And during football season, football is your competition.
The news site and your television deals are supposed to be separate. Of course they're not. I mean, and this is not the first time something like this has happened, because when ESPN didn't have the NHL, they cut way, way, way back on coverage of the NHL across all platforms, even though they're supposed to be the sports leader, that covers all the important sports.
Oh my God, you absolute moron!
Does he still think it's 1987 out here, where ESPN is still trying to get a foothold in the television industry, or give me a break?
They just spent $1.7 billion to have this show. You really think they're going to put on the guy who calls him the Harvey Weinstein of wrestling?
Golly, even their announcers told Tony Khan right there in front of his face, like, "Hey man, cool it." Did he not see the signs? Did he not read the tea leaves? Dave Meltzer is an idiot.
Yeah,
the takeover era, when those shows were something.
Oh, he's with his freshly colored hair. He is now going to talk about NXT.
Black.
Yeah. Oh, I found the fountain of youth, Brian. I just drank from it. Now I'm 10 years younger.
Please don't put a light over my head.
These are nothing lineups. I don't see anyone going out of their way to see it.
You got to check their Peacock subscriptions for young single males.
Who's this guy?
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God! The only thing worse than him talking is him laughing. Look at that.
Hilarious. With the tongue out and everything. So perfect.
Oh my God. How many windows has that tongue licked?
I'm sorry. This is how I want to remember Dave Meltzer.
Going out of their way to see it.
You got to check their Peacock subscriptions for young single males.
Yeah, I know. The one thing NXT is doing real well is males who watch by themselves.
Again, the self-own. Let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
Wrestling has always been for males who watch by themselves. No, that's not particular to NXT.
That's the one thing that we're NXT.
I'll watch with my woman
doing well at is the male viewership. It's.
You're supposed to, you dumb motherfucker! That's the key demo that you're constantly talking about. It's males between the age of 18 and 49.
Incredibly high. And the female viewership for a show that draws the kind of numbers that they do is incredibly low.
They really need to boost that female viewership like AEW.
Yeah.
AEW has sold a single female shirt on their shop page. I'll be shocked.
The male numbers are among the best on television, sometimes even the best on television. And the female numbers are like way, way, way down.
Because no one advertising on a pro wrestling show gives a shit about the female audience, Dave. If women are watching, great, cool. But the majority of the advertising that's going to be purchased for a pro wrestling show is going to be for men. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Domino's, Pizza Hut, Coca-Cola, like they're ubiquitous. It's not gonna target a certain gender.
I guess that's the end of that one. Okay, ready? This one has Brian in it, so brace yourself.
Oh boy, double the fun.
announced at the post-show press.
Does he ever not look smarmy?
Conference that he is now Dario Cueto. You must give him 1 week to promote the match. There are no more immediate cash-in.
Oh my God,
he's always got a smirk on his face.
Why do they always say
yeah,
"Meow"?
I noticed that too. Must be West Coast shit. Who knows?
With the Money in the Bank gimmick.
It was really interesting the way he said it. He will not say anything bad about WWE because it comes from a greater crowd.
Horrible.
What?
I don't know.
Well, first of all, he got younger again.
Yeah, I'm 25.
But what the hell, man? He won't say anything bad about WWE. That's how they got in this situation. Was because he wouldn't stop saying bad things about them. He called them Harvey Weinstein on the NFL draft.
Yeah, nobody can say that Tony Khan does not feed Dave Meltzer talking points and defensive angles.
If he's no longer talking about WWE badly, it's because he's begging off because they keep counter programming him now because he pissed them off.
Oh yeah, into oblivion soon.
From the WWE side, even if it's valid. So he basically says we want our championship to have its former credibility, and just because the other.
So basically, this is because now with their Money in the Bank gimmick, which is obviously a thing that they stole, with the contract, you can't call your shot on the fly the way WWE does or it has done for years. You have to give a week's notice. Like next week, I'm coming for that. Which honestly, I like. I like that gimmick better because I think the Money in the Bank is overplayed and dumb, and I'm tired of it. So I don't.
True, but for
that.
a company that's brand new, the newest company on the newest wrestling company on planet Earth, you'd think they'd have some original ideas instead of just taking from the 50, 60, 70-year-old company.
Every wrestling company now has a Money in the Bank type gimmick. Like, stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Was he think because he has Chris Jericho?
Come up with something new because. Yeah, probably. Nobody's trademarking.
Guys do it. We don't need to do it. I'm glad, okay? Because actually, I think that's stupid too. But in modern pro wrestling, the biggest thing that there is freaking cashing that thing in. The people love it. So it's kind of like...
they love it in WWE. Like, AEW doesn't have to do it too.
It's like a part of me is happy. They're not doing WWE. I think a lot of people want AEW to not do WWE. Because, but at the same time, it's like,
yeah, you dopey fucking idiot.
They shouldn't copy WWE. They should be their own thing. Just like, remember, the biggest mistake that TNA ever made was when they got rid of the 6-sided ring and they brought in Hulk Hogan. Right?
And that's where the comparisons come in, Marv. Had they differentiated themselves from anything that WWE was doing, they would be in a far better position than what they were 2 years ago. But because they wanted to copy and emulate what WWE was doing, always doing the thing that was done after what WWE was doing, they're in this position.
If you try and copy / emulate what's going on in WWE, you will always just be WWE light. If you do something different, if you do something different, then you are an alternative. And you're providing something that people want, hopefully.
Like, we can't bear
AEW should have had an eight-sided
there
ring.
is nothing bigger than that freaking cash-in. Of course, the problem with the cash-in is that the heels cash in and get cheered like crazy for cashing in, and the baby faces come off looking stupid, unless the baby face cashing in.
That's the point, you dumb motherfucker. The point is that
it's called continuing storylines.
Good God.
Right.
In which case, it always works. But anyway, ain't going to happen. It's got to be 1 week's notice.
God. Oh, my God. He gets dumber every week, I swear to God. All right, awful. That's about all I got for this week. I got to go eat something and prep for Lorne and Apollo. So why don't you tell the fine folks at home what you're up to and about your YouTube channel?
Yes, indeed. Hopefully by the end of this weekend. I make no promises because I'm going to go by Marv's philosophy on revealing anything. I'm working very hard on the next episode. Hopefully it can be out by the end of this week. And also you can check me out on Twitter at AEW FUL Wrestling. And of course, as always, every Tuesday here on Tooney Talk Wrestling, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Regina Sharp for $10 says Dave Meltzer arrives at the numbers by taking the number of people AEW lost from old ratings and dividing it by the number of Tooney Cons who watch, and that gives him the max numbers. Simple, really.
Let me write that down.
Braden Tyson for $2 says Mouse giving money to Triple H. Mad the Wabbit is at TK. And Regina Shaw for $5 says strange. It's almost like wrestling is some kind of show naturally geared toward men, almost like comic books or Star Wars or Bud Light. Yes, because there is an intended audience for things, and if you happen to step outside the box of that intended audience, that's great. But
you ask any,
you have to,
you
have to continue to play to that target audience. Cracker Barrel learned that the hard way and just had to reverse course.
Did they bring the old man back?
They did. That's what I had to write up before we came on here.
Oh, wow, that's so cool. They bent
the knee today.
Good. And I think any company should bend the knee when they're a majority. It's not a minority, because I think I saw that read somewhere where it was just like, oh, vocal minority said no. It was a majority.
They tried
of people.
they tried the vocal minority crap. Their stock tanked. They were,
that's
were terrible.
That's a minority at work right there. Whatever.
Now, if only we can get them to hire back Brad's wife. Remember that? You remember that? That was like a thing where like this guy named Brad like complained that that Cracker Barrel fired his wife after working there for like 11 years, and Cracker Barrel's social media was overrun with people talking about Brad's wife.
Sometimes they do a little overreaching, if you ask me.
People were doing it as a gag. It was really
of course.
I was all over it, dude. I was like, I was the bane of their existence for like a month.
But good for Cracker Barrel. Aside from their logo being changed and all that, listen, you guys need people back there who know how to make a good fried chicken. Thank you.
Yeah. And chicken fried steak.
Yeah, really. Good Lord.
Only place I've ever had chicken fried steak was Cracker Barrel, actually.
Okay. Yeah.
I've only eaten at Cracker Barrel like twice in my life.
Same. How about that? Same.
Yeah.
I will not go back a third time.
When I'm on a road trip, man, because that's like usually when you eat at Cracker Barrels when you're on a road trip, right? Because it's like right off the interstate. So like I won't stop at Cracker Barrel. I'll typically stop at like Buc-ee's or something like that. So or fast food or whatever. I don't typically go into a sit down restaurant. So,
right. Did you check out any Wawas recently?
I mean, there's Wawas everywhere where I am.
Gotcha.
So
okay,
they're all over the place. When I was in Jersey, though, I hit up Quick Check a bunch of times because man, do I miss Quick Check. But guys, it is time for another week here to end. Thank you very much to those of you listening on Spotify or any of your podcast audio platforms. Make sure you tune in with us live on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. as Awful said. Also, for those of you watching here live, we do have the audio version that comes out wherever you can get your podcasts as part of the Wrestling Soup Network over on Fridays. Get new episodes drop. So make sure you guys are checking those out. All right, guys. Thank you to everyone who watched, everyone who chatted, everyone who super chatted. From all of us here at the Tooney Town channels, I'm Marvin the Movie Monster. Now get out of here!
Now, Perry the Platypus, feel the wrath of my thank you-inator!
Thank you, you piece of trash.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you! Oh, I suppose you want me to say thank you. But you know what? Saying thank you is like jobbing. Thank you!
I got a little message. Thank you. Ooh, yeah.
Oh, thank you! Oh, thank you! Thank you! Thank you!
Thanks. For what?
Hi-ho from all of us here at Tooney Town. Thank you.
And viewers like you. Thank you.